Today I'm going to show you 3 different versions of ice pop holders. You will need a 4mm crochet hook, a needle, scissors and 100% cotton yarn. So to start with, you need to make a slip knot, and for a standard sized ice pop I tend to make 12 chains, although you can use more or less if you have a particularly big or small size lollipop. And then you join with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then single crochet into every chain around. Once you've done that, make sure that you flip your work the right way if it's not already, and then all we're going to do from here on is just single crochet in a continuous spiral. We're not going to do any slip stitches or chains to join the rows. I tend to make 18 rounds in total, as I find that that is a good size for a standard hand. Obviously you can add more rows on or take rows off if you see fit. It doesn't make any difference at all. So as you've already done 1 round of single crochet, do 17 more rounds of 12 and I'll meet you back at the end. I accidentally finished this piece without recording, so I had to unpick it and go back a few stitches just so that you could see. But to finish this off, all you need to do is a slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 1 and fasten off, and then you just need to flip it inside out and sew in both of your ends. You may find that where you started the piece it's a little bit wonky, so I tend to just even it out with a couple of stitches before weaving in my end. So once you flip that the right way round, that is the open-ended version finished. So the open-ended version is my favourite, as you can move it up with the ice lolly as you're eating it. The issue with the closed version is that you do sometimes end up with a lot of the wrapper stuck at the bottom, which is why the open-ended version is my preference. But I will now show you how to do the closed version, just in case you prefer that. So for the closed version you need exactly the same things: 100% cotton yarn, a 4mm crochet hook, a needle and some scissors. And to start this version you can either use a magic ring or you can chain 2 and start crocheting into your first chain. I'm using the magic ring, so I chain 1 and then I'm single crocheting 6 into the magic ring. And once you've tightened that magic ring, you want to do 2 single crochets into each stitch around, so that's an increase in every stitch, leaving you with 12. And once you've finished your increase round, we're just going to single crochet into every stitch around, just like we did on the open-ended version. So as this is the closed version, it is going to touch the bottom of your ice pop, which means that really we want it a little bit longer than the open-ended version. We've already done round 1 and 2, so we want to do 18 more rounds of single crochet, totaling 20 rounds. And once you've finished your single crochet rounds, we just want to finish with a slip stitch, chain 1 and fasten off. And just like with the open-ended version, turn it inside out and sew in your ends. So once you're done, you can either leave it as it is, or I'm also going to show you how you can make spikes on the side for a dinosaur theme. So to make your dinosaur spike, you want to have your piece folded in half and you're going to insert your hook from one side to the other. You may notice, due to the way that a spiral crochet piece does slant slightly, that the stitches don't quite match up, but that's absolutely fine. Just insert your hook wherever you can to make it as straight as you can. You're going to chain 1 and then single crochet into the same space, and then single crochet into the next 4 spaces. I would recommend crocheting over your tail just to save you sewing in too much at the end. Turn your work and without chaining up, single crochet into the first stitch, decrease the next 2 stitches together, single crochet in the next, and single crochet in the last. Turn your work and without chaining up, you want to decrease the first 2 stitches together and then single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Turn your work again, also without chaining up, decrease the first 2 stitches together and single crochet in the last stitch. Turn your work and decrease the final 2 stitches together, chain 1 and fasten off. Then insert your hook into the next space and you should have room for 2 more spikes. For the tails that I crocheted over, I tend to just snip those off as I've already crocheted over them, but you're welcome to weave them back in if you want a bit more stability. And then for the tail end that we finished with, I do tend to weave those in a few times just to make sure that they're stable. And that's version 3 finished. You can now eat lollipops without freezing your hands off or having to use kitchen roll or tea towels or all of that nonsense. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more content, and I'll see you next time. Bye!